tradition. It was the same old stereotyping, all black folk alike. And they had supported me for Congress. But I really didn't think I could be mayor. I didn't think it was fair to my family, but my family was more than Gene and my 4 children. My family was the senior citizens and the poor. And there was an 80-year-old lady who came into the meeting where we were discussing who was going to be mayor. And it was understood that I was not running for mayor. And she stood up on her cane, and she shook her cane in my face, and she said, "Look here, boy." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "When you came here, you wasn't nothing." She said, "We made you somebody." And I said, "Well, Martin Luther King made me somebody." She said, "Who you think made him?" "We made him too." And now you done been to the Congress, you've been all over the world as ambassador, and when we need you to take over the city and lead the city, you tell us you got to take care of your family. We done wasted our time on you. And she turned around and hobbled out of the meeting. Well, only thing I could do was run for mayor. And because she saw very clearly that it was the intentions of the best white people in Atlanta that we have one black mayor, and then they take it over. We were able to get 2 black mayors. And I was able to defy everything that they were trying to do, that they thought was going to happen. Investment didn't dry up. I'd been to the United Nations. So we brought in money from all over the world. We brought in $70 billion of private investment. We got 1,100 new companies to move into Atlanta. We created 1 million new jobs. And we set up Atlanta to bring the Olympics. And we took Maynard's 25% rule and we made it 35 or 40%. And when the white people complained, I said, "Wait a minute. Let's look at the math." They said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, let's just take the Olympics. The Olympics is a $2 billion project that we're running. And we've insisted that black people get 40% of all of the work of the Olympics." And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "We actually got 41, sometimes 42%. But that's 800 million out of 2 billion. But don't you realize that because we were fair with $2 billion worth of money that we control for the city, we've had no black and white conflict here. We've had crime going down. We've had education going up. We've had people working together as brothers and sisters rather than perishing together as fools, as Martin Luther King warned us. And don't you realize that the $2 billion that we brought in for the Olympics has brought in another $5 or $6 billion every year we've been working on the Olympics? And that's private money. Black people are lucky to get 5% of that money, and you got 95% of the money. Now think for a minute. If you start arguing about us getting 40% of $2 billion, you're going to lose the $6 billion that you're getting 95% of. Well, you know, black and white is much less significant than green. And if you can get people to stop thinking black and white and start thinking green, it's amazing how brotherly we can become.